Hello, I'm Mrs. S from Steps to Success Maths. In this video, we're working through GCSE Higher questions on simplifying algebraic fractions by factorising. We're going to start with the easiest and work through to the hardest. Simplify 6x over x squared plus 3x. So with an algebraic fraction like this, we need to find something to cancel on the top with something on the bottom. So the top is already as simple as it gets. So let's look at this bottom part of the fraction, the denominator. So x is in both terms. So we can write this as x bracket x plus 3. Because if we multiply that out, we get x squared plus 3x. And we still have 6x on the top. Now we can cancel an x from the top and an x from the bottom, leaving us with 6 over x plus 3. Simplify x squared plus 2x all over x squared plus 7x plus 10. So start with the top. You've got an x in both terms. So bring an x outside and then have a bracket. X times x makes x squared and x times 2 makes 2x. So inside the bracket is x plus 2. Now the bottom, we've got a quadratic. So we need to factorise that using 2 sets of brackets. If you're not very good at this, make sure you watch my other video on factorising quadratics. Start with an x at the start of both brackets. If this is something that you find quite tricky, you can always use a table to help you multiply it out. Start by looking at this plus 10 at the end. Two numbers that multiply to make 10 and add to make 7. I know it's add because everything in this quadratic is positive. So I've got x plus 5, x plus 2. Use your grid to make sure it's correct. X plus 5, x plus 2, x squared, 5x, 2x, and plus 10. So you can see that's right. Now we need to cancel something on the top with something on the bottom, where we can see that this whole bracket, x plus 2, is in both places. So we can cancel that out. So we've got x over x plus 5. Simplify 4x minus 4 all over 7 bracket x minus 1 squared. So there's a hint in this. Look at the bottom. It's already got this x minus 1 squared in brackets. So let's see if we can factorise the top to get something that looks the same. So if we take out a 4 and then use a bracket, we've got x and minus 1. Because 4 times x is 4x and 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. And we've still got 7 bracket x minus 1 squared on the bottom. Now remember, this x minus 1 squared is the whole bracket squared. So I could write it as 4 bracket x minus 1 on the top, then 7 bracket x minus 1, and then another bracket x minus 1. And now you can easily see that this x minus 1 will cancel out. So we'll have 4 over 7 bracket x minus 1. Simplify x squared plus x minus 12 all over x squared minus x minus 20. Two quadratics, both need to be factorised. Start with whichever one you find easiest. In this one, I'm going to start with the top. So I've got an x at the start of both brackets. I've got a negative 12 at the end. So one of my numbers will be positive and one will be negative. And I want to make 12, so I'm going to have 4 and 3. I want the x in the middle to be 1, positive 1. So if I have plus 4 and minus 3, hopefully that will work out. Draw a little grid to check. X plus 4, x minus 3, and then fill it in. X squared minus 4x plus 3 minus 12. So I can see that this is what I want. Now do the other one. X in the first bracket, X in the second bracket. Something that multiplies to make minus 20 and has a difference of 1 there. So 4 and 5, and you want it to be more negative. So negative 5 and positive 4. Again, use your grid to check. X minus 5, X plus 4. X squared minus 5x plus 4x minus 20. So you can see that works. And then cancel out the thing that appears on both the top and the bottom. So this x plus 4. So we've got x minus 3 over x minus 5. Simplify. X squared minus 9 over x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay, so the top one, x squared minus 9, is a special type. It's the difference of two squares. You need to be able to recognise these. It will make it so much easier for you. So you've got x minus 3, x plus 3 as your top factorising. And then your bottom, you're going to have a 3 in it because you want to find something that will cancel. So you've got an x and then an x. You want to make negative 5 and you've got 6 at the end. So 2 times 3. So negative 2 and negative 3. Make sure you check it works using a grid. X minus 2, x minus 3. X squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. Now look at what you can cancel. So we can cancel this x minus 3. So we've got x plus 3 over x minus 2. Remember, when you're factorising, you need the same thing on the top and the bottom. At least one of the brackets has to match. So use that to help you find your answer. Simplify. 4x squared minus 25 all over 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. Okay, so the top one is the difference of two squares again. It's this time it's got a 2 first, so 2x minus 5 and 2x plus 5. If you need to check that works, use your grid. Now let's look at this bottom because we've got 2x squared to start with. So we know that one of the brackets has to start with 2x and the other one with just x. Now use this grid to help us, 2x and x, and we're going to have a negative in the middle and a positive at the end. So both of these need to be negative. So we could have negative 3 and negative 5, and then we need to see if we can make the negative 11 from that. So you might have to try these a little bit to make sure that it works. But I think it's 2x minus 5, x minus 3. And I'm going to check it. So 2x squared minus 5x minus 6x plus 15. And minus 5 and minus 6x together makes minus 11. So that's right. Now I can cancel 2x minus 5 on the top and the bottom, and that leaves me with 2x plus 5 over x minus 3. Write 3x squared minus x minus 2 over x squared plus 3x minus 4 in the form ax plus b over x plus c, where a, b and c are integers. It sounds complicated, but it's just what we've been doing. We're going to simplify this algebraic fraction. We need to factorise both the top and the bottom. So I'm going to start on the bottom this time, just because that looks a bit easier because I only have the one x squared. So I know it starts with x and x. I need to have a negative 4 at the end and a plus 3 in the middle. So I'm going to go for plus 4 and minus 1. And I'm going to use this grid to check that it works. X plus 4, x minus 1. X squared plus 4x minus x and then minus 4. So that works. And now I'm going to do the top one. So we need to start one of the brackets with 3x and the other one with x. And we're looking for one of the same things that we had before, either the -1 or the +4. And you can see that the end is -2. So it's going to need to be x minus 1. And once I've got that, I know that the other bracket needs to be +2 to make it work. Now let me check that in the grid. 3x plus 2, x minus 1. 3x squared, 2x, minus 3x, and -2. So I can see that that works. Now I can cancel x minus 1. So I'm left with 3x plus 2 over x plus 4. You need to be really good at factorising quadratics. So make sure if you don't know how to do this, you watch my video on factorising quadratics to get some extra practice. Don't forget, there's a free worksheet linked so that you can keep practicing this skill. It has worked solutions, so you'll know if you're getting it right. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my free videos or worksheets.